go straight to business on Searchlight this afternoon on Oluyole 98.5 FM. On Bukari Busari, I'd like to start with this. How potent is the threat of a drift into a one-party state for a country like Nigeria, and is this actually unhealthy for democracy?
As a matter of fact, it is an unnecessary fear. The country is not drifting towards a one-party system. There is no way Nigeria can become a one-party state, and we are not drifting towards a one-party state. It is an unnecessary fear that is being expressed by certain opposition members.
The APC is swallowing up other parties.
That is another phenomenon. APC is the government, is the party in power, and don't be surprised that some state governors that are not actually performing in that state, and they want to return to that seat, and they are looking for an avenue where they can get the ticket of the ruling party and probably hiding under the cover of ruling party, so they assume that they can win election all over again. But it won't turn out to be like that. It won't turn out to be so easy. Nigeria cannot become a one-party state, and some of these people that are jumping boat, moving from one party to another, they are not. I don't see them as a sitting performing governors. If they are sitting performing governors, they won't entertain that unnecessary fear that they have to change the party. All right, let us look at the scenario of what is happening in the River State. Naturally, for a government like Fubara, if you want to say through this present regime that is, pardon me, you have no option than to be in the ruling party to save his neck. But there are other governors, if you can sit down and analyze them one by one, most of them are not performing in the federal state. If they are performing, they won't have any reason not to stay put in the party that sent them to the office now and rebuild. All they need to do is to sit down, rebuild a federal party, strengthen it, and face the party in power now squarely during the election. But that notwithstanding, that defection notwithstanding, I as a person, I don't see that defection leading us or drifting us to a one-party state. Nigeria will never get to a one-party state.
Also, if you are saying now that some of the governors, or most of them, because of non-performance,
yes,
that's why they want to ride on the back of the ruling party,
yes,
for a return to power,
to office.
In a situation where you mentioned the crisis within the individual political parties and the need for them to solve these problems instead of defecting, but in a situation where the problem appears not to be solvable, let's take the case of Osun State, for instance, Governor Ademola Adeleke, and he mentioned leadership crisis, and true, he would, he would have lost out on the ballot, but election is this year in Osun State, and his name would have been on the ballot if he hadn't defected. And then let's take Ekiti, for instance. In Ekiti, PDP is not going to be on the ballot unless something changes at the last minute.
Let me take it one by one. Because of the festering crisis within the PDP that some of these governors use to secure the federal seat now, the crisis is still ongoing. And when from Zamfara experience, some of them feel that the ideal thing for them now is to leave PDP alone for now. Pick another party to contest the election. That is why I give kudos to Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State. He had embraced a court party now. Though I learned that he made some move towards joining the party in power, APC, but they don't seem to agree in that discussion. And because of his personal belief that he had performed credibly well, he decided to pick another neutral party, which is Accord, And I'm sure by the special grace of Almighty Allah, I'm seeing the man winning that election coming this August by the grace of God, because he performed exceedingly well in Osun State.
Yeah, it belongs to your party.
Not because it's my party. The party before now, before the gentleman come to office, they used to call them Afusa, which means half salary. Arebesola, Oyetola and Co. When they were on seat, they don't seem to uplift Osun State to a very comfortable level. Most of the workers there then, they were collecting half salary. Unlike the present incumbent, Governor Ademola Adeleke, if not for the crisis that is already unfolding in PDP, I'm sure a person like Ademola Adeleke will not defect under no circumstances.
So you think he has good reason?
He has good reason for defection.
So it's an exception.
It's an exception. Because if he doesn't defect now, you can be sure court is waiting for him. Because they will tell him at the end of the day, your party is in crisis, the Sanfara Express is there with us. So for a person like Ademola Adeleke, he had a good reason for defecting, for picking up another party. Look at what is happening in Ekiti State now. It's because of the crisis that persists in PDP that made them not having a candidate as we are speaking now. If care is not taken, they might not feed any candidate in PDP in Ekiti State. And I won't be surprised. And let's hold on a little bit and let's see what is going to happen to Oyo State in the next couple of months.
Okay, now that you mentioned Oyo State,
yes.
Governor Seyi Makinde has insisted that the PDP is still alive and well and will pull its weight.
Yes, and let him continue trying.
What is it? It seems to be the only captain left on the ship. Right?
It's not the only one left on the ship. We still have,
I mean the most visible.
We still the most visible. You are correct. We still have some 2 or 3 other parties, and you can never see if people can put their heart together in the next couple of months. The PDP might swing a surprise and put itself together, but I don't see them doing that. Instead, a good number of them are abandoning the party, defecting to APC, and that one won't help them. And go and mark my word, you will see what is going to happen between now and the next couple of months. Most of them will abandon APC again. They are going to cause a lot of crisis for APC as a party. And if APC is not taking care, if they don't take care, they might be the root cause of APC failure in the forthcoming election.
Well, you think the APC doesn't know this, and you think the man who seems to be swinging the pendulum, you think he doesn't know this? I'm talking about the Lion of Bodin.
He might know. He might still turn around to spring 1 or 2 surprises. But as it is today, by my own thinking, the condition the country is in now is far, far, far worse than what we left in 2015. You can go through the analysis. You can, whatever you want to go through it. Is it the price of commodity here and there? They were telling us sometime in 2012, there's nothing like subsidy, there's nothing like this and that. How much are we buying petrol then? Jonathan and Michelle want to remove the subsidy. They were telling us there's nothing like subsidy. But what are we doing now? What is the price now? Look at the price of various commodity all over. Look at the price all over. That is why I seem to be I'm not feeling comfortable that the 2027 election that is approaching us, a lot of surprises will be spring up.
President told us things would be hard. He did warn us that things would be hard. But as now, the price of food seems to be coming down, although very gradually. It's painfully gradual. Let me put it like that.
All right.
And there's this question, I'm still holding you
All right.
to the PDP. I'm still talking about the PDP here. And this question I've always asked, which no one has been able to answer. Why, as a single individual, I mean, in the person of the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, been able to do so much damage to the PDP and to expel him from the party?
You see,
results.
yesteryears, we believe in party system. Then, every card-carrying member of party contribute something, however small it is. You have to contribute something to the growth of the party. But along the line, the who is who in PDP folded their arms, watching Wike to be financing most of this activity of the party. It's not easy financing party now. It's what you and me know. Financing the party is not easy. I don't through it, I know how it is. But because of the financial muscle that River State is controlling, that Wike oversee, he was able to finance most of these candidates then that in the platform of PDP, to the extent that he was calling the shot because of the financial contribution the man had made to the party. And then the way he was contributing, other governors in the PDP were equally forthcoming to make sure they run the party as a team, but they allow Wike to single-handedly control the financial affair of the party. So he would dictate the pipes. The tune.
Loyal to him.
You have to be loyal to him. A good number of governors, a good number of senators, legislators, they look up to Wike for financial assistance here and there. And the only way to want to repay him back is to dance to the tune whenever he decides to dictate any of those things.
Even if it means destroying the party.
Yes, it was deliberate because he lost out in the primary.
In the power game.
And he felt that to assert himself, he have to let them know that he can control one or two things. And the unfortunate thing was that some of these governors decided not to follow him. Whereas all along he was dictating, all along he was telling them, let's do this. He had a different agenda entirely.
They followed him. The man is still in the PDP. The governors are going into the APC.
Because the man has succeeded in winning the PDP. And most of them that are left, out of the 4 or 5, out of the remaining 4, only 1 or 2 of them are in position now. Only Makinde is in government now. The other 3, they are no more in power. So they can muster the necessary financial muscle to rescue the party out of the mess it finds itself.
You wanted to roll out some statistics.
I wanted to.
Why you think defecting to the APC doesn't necessarily mean good fortune for those that are defecting.
All right, let me tell you this. When we were living in 2015,
who is we?
Those of us that served in the government then.
Okay.
Be it PDP, be Accord, be APC, no, mention them. Dollar then, exchange rate was 197. What is the exchange rate now? 1,500 or so. What was the cost of petrol then? 87 naira. It's now 900, 849, 850, 900. What was the cost of kerosene now? Cost then was 50 naira. Now, we are selling for 1,300. What was the cost of diesel? 185. What is the cost now? 1,300. Cooking gas was 180 naira. What is the price now? 1,300. What is the price of Hajj fare? I remember I spent a good number of people to Hajj. It cost me just 700,000 naira per person. Now, if you want to go to Mecca, you want to sponsor anybody to Mecca, you have to be having between 7.5 million and 10 million. Isn't it? Then, A bag of rice, by the time I was leaving the office, I distributed 100 bags of rice across Akinyele Gelu, and I bought a rate of 7,500 naira per bag. What is the price of rice now? Around 60,000 naira or 55, isn't it? What is the price of the motorcycle? 170,000 naira. What is the price now? 870,000 naira. What is the price of tricycle then? I distributed a good number of them at rate of 370,000 naira. It's now 3.5 million. Sewing machine was ordinary 45,000 naira then. What is the price now? This happened in our lifetime. 300,000 naira now. What is the difference between 2015 to 2026 we are now? And external debt then, what was our external debt? It was $7 billion. What is our external debt now? More than $100 billion. Etc. like that. How much are we buying a bag of cement? When we are not this, we bought it for 1,700. A bag of cement now is 10,200. Then look at the unemployment rate. How much is the salary of an average worker now? That's why I, as a person, feel that the election of 2027 will be the election of rice and Congo, one Congo of rice and one Congo of Ngari. People are rising up now. So don't be surprised. People will collect their money and they will vote according to their conscience.
Okay.
And that's why I submitted the initial stage of this program that we cannot have a one-party state. PDP might be in limbo. Other party will spring up. Our core party is trying to simplify now.
Oh, really?
Yes. ADC is coming on board. Any other thing can come between now and June and July. But for APC to scale through is going to be an Herculean task.
Regarding what you just reeled out now, I'm sure those who served in the Republic, the dispensation before yours, will also say the same thing about your own dispensation, that things were better before you. You can go and compare. Go and see what happened from 1999 up to 2011. Go and see. The margin you will discover is so narrow. It's not as wide as what we are having now. You promise us that you are going to remove subsidy. Why? And that more money is coming to the state. Good. If you now have more money, all right. If more money comes to the state, do us, the citizen of that state, do they feel the impact of that money? Go to the inner area of every quarter in the state. I can cite a good number of examples for you in Ibadan, where we are residing here now. All the internal road of Ibadan city, they are nothing to write home. They are in state of disrepair. You only use some of your money to window dressers, repair the major road that people pass through on daily basis. Oh, well, come to Orukowasis there. Go to what's called that window dressing.
Of course, as far as I'm concerned, you see the level of road. How many? All the local government roads in our state, they are in sample. All the local government roads. If you go to some other local government premises,
all right,
there are premises within your state here. All right, go and see the premises. How do you look like?
Let's Nigeria is a country where somebody did say that its best is always in its past. But if I get you correctly, Honorable, what you are trying to say here is that even in a situation where governors, lawmakers, and other political office holders are defecting without necessarily seeking the assent of their constituents, you seem to think that Nigerians will be more discerning in 2027. So
of course.
Vote on the basis of individual credit.
Honestly, that was good.
Party lines.
Nigeria will collect their money and vote their conscience. It's not the matter of one Congo of rice and one Congo of Gary again. Let us wait. All night Allah will spare our life. You will see the outcome of the election. It will be so thrilling. All right. Yeah. This is 2026. Ask those lawmakers now. People will be taking care of them. Look, conspiracy project, we learned that Mr. President put so much for his constituency, for his honorable member, for his senator. Throughout the year 2025, no capital project was executed. It's what you know. It's what you know. We don't execute any of the capital projects. I want these people to go back to their constituency and solicit for votes. It won't be easy.
You mentioned the fact that you said other political parties would emerge. You mentioned the possibility of new coalitions. Now, do you think the ADC can offer any significant or viable alternative to Nigeria?
If you think ADC cannot offer alternative good leadership, other party will do that.
Not good leadership. I'm talking about the ability to convince the people at the polls, at the ballot.
The performance of the present regime is what they're going to use to campaign against this regime. You promise us so many things, and the next 48 hours you won't experience power failure. You will be getting prepaid meter free of charge, and these are all of those they are empty promises. They are running the government by propaganda.
Honorable, for me, if you look at those who make up the leadership of the ADC now, for me, I would say the difference between APC and ADC is the difference between 6 and half a dozen.
ADC as a party, I was reading somewhere, yesterday or today, they've set up a tactical committee or a technical committee that will actually bring up a blueprint. If they can succeed in building up a blueprint that they can sell to the electorate. Me, I am not a member of ADC, neither am I a member of APC, but it's going to be an Herculean task. But this election, when you see them drifting to one party, we are not. You see, the camping, the encouragement to the camp is a preparation towards the rigging of election. It's not the preparation to make the country a one-party state. No, we want to use it as an alibi to tell people, yes, we want, because who is who in that party they come to our party. No. They are used, it's a preparation, they are preparing the ground for rigging of election. But don't be surprised if the electoral law that I'm putting up now, if it can stay true, if we allow the electoral transmission of result as it is, the result will be interesting.
Well, exactly. You know exactly what I'm thinking, Honorable, when you said that there may be attempts to rig the election, and that is why we have this drift into the ruling party. Now, I believe that the electoral reforms and technology, when it comes to the voting process in this country, I believe to a large extent that will take care of that. What I think you should be worried about, and it's something you have already mentioned, the fact that money politics, the role of money, and then APC, the ruling party, they do have that financial muscle. And so I don't know, how worried are you about that? And the fact that poverty could also be, well, Governor Shemakeni did say that poverty could be weaponized, but at the same time, he also said that the people would vote against poverty. Well, I don't think much has changed regarding the ability of politicians to use money to influence voters.
Money will be used to some extent, to a large extent, money will be used. I believe the complexity of Nigeria theory. For instance, in the southwest, in the southeast, in the south-south, I see a electorate collecting their money and voting their conscience. That is in the southern hemisphere here. When you get to the north, it's a different ball game. There are gatekeepers. There are overlords that dictate the tune over there. That will tell their people, this is where you should vote, you should cast your vote, and they will do that. And when you get to the south, it's a different ball game. There are overlords that dictate the tune over there. That will tell their people, this is where you should vote, you should cast your vote, and they will do that. And when you get to the north, it's a different ball game. There are gatekeepers. There are overlords that dictate the tune over there. That will tell their people, this is where you should vote, you should cast your vote, And that's why I say that most of these people that we are seeing defecting, one, some of them, they don't perform to the extent that they feel that their party might not give them the chance to run again. Two, some of them, their party already in disarray. But when you get to the north, what we are saying here will be quite different. And that's why I say that all these defections, they are fake defections. They are fake. At the end of the day, you will see what will be imagined. They are going to introduce, they are going to carry over the crisis within the PDP will be carried over to APC. This element that are leading the various party, I see them creating another crisis within APC as a party. So money will be used to some extent. They are going to use money extensively. They are going to use it, especially during the primary stage.
But not just the APC, all the
political party, because they've allowed the party discipline to be eroded by money bags. A lot of money is inside. You see, people are they are stockpiling money now for the purpose of election, and not only the ruling party that have the money, even members of opposition, a good number of them do have the money, and that's why I say that people will collect the money and they will vote their conscience. Because they've seen what is on the ground now.
Very confident about this.
You see, the poverty is ravaging all over the place. Look, before I got here now, I know how many number of calls that I received. When you see people begging for as low as 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira, we've not eaten for the past 2-3 days.
And someone offers them 10,000 naira to vote in 2020.
And some will offer them 10,000 naira to fine. They will collect the money, but they won't vote. They will collect the money from them, but they will vote according to their conscience. Because a good number of foot soldiers will be out now, educating people. Collect the money, vote your conscience.
I so much want to share your optimism. The program is Searchlight on Oluyole 98.5 FM, and we are discussing the topic: Nigeria's continued drift into a one-party state. My guest is Honorable Kayode Busari. Is a member of a former member of the House of Representatives. He is a seasoned politician, a former government candidate of the Accord Party. He is still a member of the Accord Party and is a public affairs analyst. We'll be back shortly after this break. We're back, and the program is still Searchlight on Oluyole 98.5 FM. And we're still discussing the topic: Nigeria's continued drift into a one-party state. And my guest is Honorable Kayode Busari, a former member of the Federal House of Representatives. He is a seasoned politician, a member of the Accord Party. He was a former government candidate of the Accord Party here in Oyo State. And to be part of Searchlight this afternoon, we welcome your questions and your contribution. Number to call 070-5555-1985. 070-5555-1985. I wanted to ask you, Honorable Busari, what your assessment of the Tinubu administration, but clearly you have answered that you are not very impressed.
You don't need to ask me about that. I found out some figures for you now, just 5-10 minutes ago. The government is being run by propaganda.
Okay, let me ask you this. What role do you think religion and ethnicity would play in 2027, especially with the major political actors? Now, note for instance that the APC is still proposing the controversial Muslim ticket of Tinubu Shetima. So what role do you think religion and ethnicity would play this time around?
It's going to play a key role. For instance, let me think aloud here. If the opposition party can do one thing, if they can appeal to all the northern candidates to please calm down for now.
You are talking about the PDP.
Any party, any other party, be it ADC, PDP, whichever other party, don't let that party float any northern candidate against the incumbents. If any of this party or the other party can decide and can be wise enough to feed a southern candidate against the incumbent, then the vote will be interesting. But if they make the mistake of making it north and south, we are going to pollute the entire scenario. Ethnicity will now come round to play a major role. Religious aspect will come round now to play a major role. This is not the first time we are using Muslim or Christian ticket. Masoud Abiola and Tingibe, they were Muslim ticket, isn't it? And they won the election. It's a pity that election was annulled. They should have performed. You see, our problem is not all that religious. It's not religion. Be it Muslim, be it Muslim, Christian, as long as you throw up a trusted season and trusted hand up to confront the incumbent, is going to be a good street fight. But the moment you floated a northern candidate versus a southern candidate, a lot of ethnic bias election will take place.
But what you are proposing, I'm not sure an Atiku Abubakar would be very happy with.
Why shouldn't he be happy? If really is a statesman, he's a leader. He had been a vice president before.
He wants to be president.
Yes, he can still be president. Look, he can still be president. But look, forget about age is not on his side. We've seen other part of the cool world now. What was the age of bidding when we won the election as the president of USA?
And of course, you saw what forced him out of office, the same old age.
The same old age. So, if Atiku can be magnanimous enough, step aside, let's have a southern president, northern VP to match this present regime. It will be a good, it will be an interesting result.
But for Atiku, well, my personal thoughts here, I think it's now or never.
If the Atiku made the mistake of insisting in running for the 2027 election, I can tell you, I'm not God, though, I can tell you, Tinubu will have a smooth. Though it could still be close, but President Tinubu will have a swing. If it is Tinubu versus Atiku, because the slogan of Omawane Jose will now come in here.
Oh.
The emotional sympathy will now come in here that look, it's the time of the South now. Let the South use their 8 years.
8 years.
After all, Buhari from the North uses 8 years. But if Atiku can be magnanimous enough, support somebody from the South, get a good northern candidate to back the fellow up as the VP, good. Let's see the scenario that will play out.
Well, still talking about the ADC and the probability or possible capability of that party to give a good run, the APC a good run in 2027, in a situation where everyone in the ADC, everyone that matters in the ADC wants to be president. Atiku, Peter Obi. Just how much weight do you think the ADC will eventually pull? The presidency has predicted the disintegration of the party. They gave them 6 months, and it looks as if the prediction of the presidency is coming true.
You see, in politics, anything can happen. Probably one or two of them might be listening to us. If ADC want to have a strong outing, they should prevail on Atiku to hold on till 2031. The man is enjoying good health. If it had been destined that he will be president, otherwise, the experience people had with Buhari administration of 80 years is still fresh in our mind, though. It's still fresh in the people's mind, though, that you allow a northerner for 8 years to spoil everything like this, and a southerner is now on the realm trying to rebuild. People will now be thinking along that line.
Well, no, you don't seem to think the southerner is rebuilding anything from what you're
they are only trying to, they are scratching the ground. They want to lay the foundation. You see, the man realized the basic fact that he succeeded in getting to the presidency by just 30-something%, which is abnormal. They ought to have go to the electoral college. That is why, that is the major reason that the man didn't have enough time for governance. The moment he was sworn in, he started politicking. They started encouraging people to defect from this party to that party. So we are not actually doing any serious governance. It's not on ground now. What is on ground is politics. That is part of the impunity. They violated the electoral law. That is impunity. That is wrong. But if the other party can play the card smartly, let them shop for a southern candidate. A southern candidate.
Where would you propose that southern candidate?
Anywhere from. I don't have anybody in mind. The southern candidate can come from anywhere. I don't have any particular person in mind. But if they can scout for a southern candidate and back him up against the incumbent, it's going to be a good fight.
You know, I like narrowing down on those individuals.
I don't want to narrow down on any individual.
Well,
I have some people in my mind, but I don't want to mention their names.
Those individuals were very prominent in the politics of the last elections.
Yeah, of course they are. Some of them are. Some of them still know their mission.
Well, Peter Obi, for instance.
I won't mention anybody, but you see, even somebody can be spring up from southwest here. You can't rule it out.
Well, Peter Obi is from the southeast, and
from southeast.
Some are saying that.
But for instance, now
could be a problem if Peter Obi becomes the major opposition candidate. That the northern Nigeria, especially the northern Muslim population, could be a problem.
No,
accepting him.
No, forget that. For instance, now if you throw up Peter Obi from the southeast, I have 2 or 3% in mind that I don't want to name now. They are Muslim from the north. If you can throw any of them up to pair up with Peter Obi, they are going to give the incumbent a good one. Because let me tell you, let all the southeastern states defect now. If a person like Peter Obi was given the ticket to, the southeasterner will cast their foot and mark and boss.
Even with many of their governors.
Even their governors.
Aligning with the
even the so-called governors that are defected. They will vote him. The man will score 99.something% in the southeast. I can show you that. I can show you that. All they need to do is to look for one of those 3 persons that won't name now from the north. They are Muslim. If they can pair up any of those persons along with Peter Obi, they might carry the day.
But Honorable, you don't think what you are talking about, but I hear you say this, but you don't think the APC also know